Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I'm Mr. Randy, and today we're doing another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my return viewers, you know it's always good to see you. So let's do it, shall we? Today's full review episode is going to be of the Santa Teresa Gran Reserva Ron Anejo. This is a rum. This is a premium, or well, we'll get to that in a minute. But coming in at 40% alcohol by volume. The distillation distiller had developed themselves in 1796. More information to come on that in just a moment. Here's the back end if you want to read the 200 years of history. Venezuela that's their I forgot what the DOC stands for. I apologize. Imported by Ron, Santa Teresa, USA, Coral Gables, Florida. That's a nice, quiet little place, or at least it was when I was there. There is your website, which does not showcase this particular rum. So let's go ahead and get this twist cap off. We'll have a pour, and we'll talk about it. Now, I think I found a little niche, little section when we're dealing with, that's right, I almost forgot, dealing with rum. Now, I abandoned rum quite, what is it? I forget the terminology I was going to say, but we're going to break out Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale off camera. I am going to see if I can nail it down. It looks like a golden brown. Looks like Apollo Cortado Sherry. It's very light on the nose. Now that we've gotten halfway, but before we go any further, we gotta do the thing, okay? So I do a 3-part series. Part 1, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have my first pour, share my first impressions with you, because that's the whole purpose of this thing. Part 2, full review time. We drink it down halfway. We put the cap back on it, put it on the shelf for about a week and a half. I think that's just fine and dandy. So while it sits there, I go online, try and find out some information. I had to dig a little deep. I had to make a collage of information, and most of it's unusable because it doesn't come from a source. Their sources, not people who... But sometimes you can find a reliable source, but I don't like to post that. You can find it out on your own if you like. But we come back, I talk about it, I continue to score it. I'm sorry, I'm a little dry and twisted. We will continue to talk about it. I will score it. Then I will continue to drink it, because part 3, final pour episode, thusly named, will have the final pour in the glass, compared to the first pour off the rip, and everything in between. Now, as I understand it, this may or may not be the old labeling and the old bottling. That is, that label is just off-centered that way. My OCD won't let me go. Won't get all. Okay, anyway. So there's another, it's a little well-rounded. It's got like a little sun emblem here, and it's got a little bit gold fancy lining around the label. The label's a little bit different. The bottle's just slightly curved at the bottom, except this one's got, looks like it's got a cross. I didn't even realize, I didn't look at that. But, yeah, so it's got this symbol here. It's like embossed, like this is in the glass right here. So this comes out of Venezuela, the Hacienda Santa Teresa. They established themselves in 1796. They do claim that this is a 5-year aged in American white oak barrels, and it's a single estate. Let's go ahead and get this initial palating, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the nose. Interesting, because lack of information coming off their own website. They do have more premium versions of their rums, but they do not have this one. I do not know why, but we'll talk about something else in just a moment. On the nose, it's very light. It's still very light. It was very light off the rip, but now it seems like it's calmed down just a little bit more. It's very, very easy, very, very light. It's a light sugar, light, very light cherry cola, a little oak, a little vanilla, sweet like molasses. Now that's going to come in play in just a moment here. So during the process of making this, when they produce sugar cane, what they do, I think the people who make this, they also produce sugar cane, sugar from sugar cane. When they are processing the sugar cane, they extract as much of it they can out of the much of the juice out of the cane, and then they use what's left to make molasses. And then somehow that's incorporated into the bottling. They weren't specific about that, and that's why you get like a sweet, sort of light molasses, not only on the nose but also on the palate. Let me get one more and we'll continue on. The glasses. It's not the glasses, my hands, and as soon as I started messing with it, it goes on to the glass. It's got good viscosity. It's not too light, too thick. So Bacardi took over their distillery over most of their line, except for this one. In 2026, they took over. They bought every single one they had, except for this one. And I guess from there, they used what they were making from this to make their more premium bottlings and labels. So I paid $16.23 for this out the door from my local specs. 40% alcohol by volume. On the nose, I do get a very, very light whiff of like tobacco. If you've ever been to a tobacco processing farm, I have a family that lives in Tennessee, and at the bottom of this mountain that they live on, there's like a little valley, and they have like natural creeks that go through the valley that fill the irrigation for the tobacco fields. And they have these little sheds in which they harvest and bring all the tobacco to this thing, and they hang it up, and then when it dries, it puts this aroma in the valley, and it goes, sometimes when that wind blows up across the valley and then up that mountain, they could smell it, and they got the windows open. You could smell it. It's something like that. It's a very light leather tobacco kind of thing. Not like a leather wallet, like a very old, like steeped in that staunchy aroma. But let's go ahead and let's do this finish. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Always great content coming, and you don't want to miss out. So go ahead and have the videos delivered right to you as soon as I upload them. Nose is relatively light. The palate is slightly different as far as the flavor characters on the profile. Also very light. Just very, very subtle. This is a very easy sipping rum. Not like a bunch of cheap, over-advertised and just worn out, old, tired stuff that's just mass-produced. Just put a little more care in it, guys. Let's do it. The finish is it's pretty mild, even with the effects. I'm getting tongues, cheeks, jowls, even some up into the gums. It's all just under a 1. Like I said, it's very light, very easy. There's even a little bit of warmth build up in the back. Now, if you're like a proof hound, you're definitely not going to be down for this. You'll think it's extremely watered down whiskey. I'd say if you like sipping something neat, and you don't care for most whiskeys, and you think most rums are probably also kind of abrasive, you might want to try this. Like I said, very easy sipper. I think this would very easily disappear into a mixer, into a Coke or something like that. It would very easily disappear into that. All right, so I think I covered everything. All right, so let's put a score on it, shall we? We're going to keep this in rums, so we haven't done rums in a while, and the last few rums that I did, I didn't really care for. So this is the best rum I've had in quite some years. I want to say weak, but on the very lighter end of a scale. Santa Teresa, I'm going to give this one, since it's only like 15 bucks on the shelf, I'm going to give this one I'm going to give it a weak 4 out of 5. I think it's very fitting. It's nice. It's very good. I do like some of the information you got from it. I'd like to get more. But it's as far as I can understand, it's a natural. I don't know if there's very many additives. I don't detect many additives. If there's anything in there, no flavor added for sure. I don't think there's glycerin. 5 years. That could be pushing it. I don't know. Non-charred white American oak. I think there may be some color added into that. I wouldn't doubt it. I definitely would not be surprised if there were color added. My fair price. Are you kidding me? 15 bucks for something that's a very easy sipping rum. I'd very much like to have the proof point pumped up a little bit. Yeah, my fair price. I'll leave it alone. Would I buy this again? Probably not for myself. If I knew somebody who was into rums or would like to get into rums, this might be something as a present or as a gift. But yeah, I think that's it. I don't recall seeing any other versions, expressions of theirs on the shelf. Just this one. So I might look elsewhere, but if I ever run across another one, I probably will snag it. Anywho, there it is. In the comment section, we'd love to know where are you at? What are you currently drinking? Have you had a Santa Teresa? Have you had their Gran Reserva Ron Anejo? What do you know about it? If you know anything more than what I've displayed or showcased on this videos, please hit me up in the comment section and we'll talk about it. As always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a good one.